here, gonna give you a online yoga class. This class is going to be like my mindful flow class that I typically teach at the Yoga Patch on Tuesday evenings, 7 p.m. I also teach a similar class on Wednesday mornings around 10 a.m. So if you frequent those classes, this class should feel very familiar to you. If you have some blocks, they might be handy, but otherwise, just do the best you can, and we'll go ahead and get started. So just have a seat on a block or on the floor or on some height, and bring your attention to your core, and just be really strong in your core and actively reach through the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders, and we'll take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. We'll do that again. Deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Keep your core nice and strong. Keep actively reaching through the crown of your head, which is promoting a nice, strong, healthy posture. We're just going to circle our neck out a little bit here, so go either way. And just make a full circle. The best you can. Go slow if there's any tightness. And then we'll reverse. And then we'll come back to neutral. And we'll continue to work with the neck and the shoulders a little bit here. We're just going to shrug our shoulders a few times. Inhale, lift. Shoulders towards your ears. Roll them down your back. Follow your own pace here. Just do this a few times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. We'll bring our hands to heart center, and we'll just move with our breath a little bit here. So inhale your arms out to your sides, palms facing up, and then reach your arms overhead and see if you can bring your wrists over your shoulders. Exhale your hands down the center. So we'll go slow a couple times and just work on your reach and keeping your core nice and strong. So core is active, reach your arms out to your sides. See if you can reach a little further. Spread your fingers as wide as you can, palms facing up. And then we'll bring our wrists over our shoulders. And then now we're going to look up to see our hands. Maybe you can let your head fall back a little bit. And on an exhale, we'll lower our chin to our chest. Keep reaching your arms overhead. Inhale, look up and back. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look up and back. Exhale, chin to chest. And come back to neutral with your gaze and just lower your hands down. And now we'll move with our breath here. Inhale, arms out and up. Look up, exhale your hands down the center. Inhale, out and up. Exhale down the center. Inhale out and up. Exhale down the center. Inhale out and up. Exhale down the center. Pause here. Lower your right hand down to your side, left arm overhead for a side stretch. Maybe you can look up to see your fingertips. Let your head fall back a little bit. And then we'll switch sides. Left hand down, right arm overhead. Try to keep your arm straight here. Try not to bend your arm at all. Nice and straight. Good stretch here all along the side body. Again, maybe you can look up to see your fingertips. And then we'll come back to center. Now keep the posture nice and strong. Good attention with your core strength, and clasp your hands behind your back. And then try to straighten your arms behind you. And this is pulling your chest open and your shoulders open here. And then look up and allow your head to fall back. Lift your chest with a strong core. And then we'll bring our chin down to our chest. Look down. And look left to right a few times. And then come back to neutral. Relax your arms down. Now we're just going to lie down on our back. So go ahead and give yourself a full body stretch here. On your inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax. And try that again. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax. We'll hug our knees into our chest. Try to flatten your spine out on the mat. So you're reaching through the crown of your head towards the back of the room behind you. And maybe just roll your head left to right a few times. So you can try to bring your left ear towards the floor and then come back to neutral. Bring your right ear towards the floor. Just working a little more with the neck. We'll come back to neutral. Now we're going to keep our right knee hugged in. Extend your left leg out. Your left leg is strong. Guide your right knee towards your right armpit. And we're just going to circle our right knee out. So make a big circle, as big as you can with your right knee. You can have your right hand guiding your knee. So we're really working on the right hip here. Circling out the hip. Just getting some motion here, warming this part of the body up. And now we'll reverse. And then we'll come back to neutral. Now we're going to straighten our right leg. Okay? So try to straighten it the best you can. If it's not completely straight, like my leg, see if I go back this far, I can't quite straighten it all the way, but if I start to lower a little bit, now I'm getting a nice straight leg here. I have to engage my muscles a little more though, so be strong in your quad and your core. Reach your arms overhead. Try not to clench your teeth at all. Try to relax your face, but you're really strong in your quad and a good strong core. Now we're just going to slowly lower this right leg down, but keep kicking through the right heel as you lower the leg with good control. And then we'll hug the left knee in. Keep the right leg strong. Guide your left knee towards your left armpit. And we'll just start to circle this knee out. So we're just working on the hip. So left hand guiding the left knee, make as big as circles as you can. Your right leg stays nice and strong and active. And then we'll reverse. And then we'll come back to neutral. And then we're going to do the same thing we did on the right side. We're going to straighten our left leg. Again, try to find an angle that's good for you that you can get your leg nice and straight. So the back of your knee, you're pressing forward at the same time. You're pulling the toes back towards your body, kicking through your left heel towards the ceiling. Keep your right leg strong as well, and then reach your arms overhead towards the back of the room. relax your jaw here. Keep a natural breath going. Actively kick and reach in all three directions here. Slowly lower this left leg all the way down. And then we'll hug both knees into our chest. And then we're going to grab underneath our knees and rock and roll a few times, forwards and backwards. Maybe you cross at your ankles and roll over your ankles, but however you'd like to get to all fours, we're going to meet there, and we're going to move through our cat and cow pose. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, you're looking up. Exhale, rounding in, chin to chest. Follow your own rhythm here. But maybe try to move a little slower than you would normally move here. Try to slow down your breathing a little bit. Don't be in a hurry to move between each of these poses. Eventually we'll come back to neutral, and then we're just going to flip our toes and press into our first down dog. Strong arms in your down dog. In the first down dog, don't worry too much about your form and your alignment. Just see if you can maybe move organically, maybe pedal the legs out a little bit. Shake your head out. You could maybe rock your hips a little side to side. And then we'll inhale the plank pose. So strong plank. Legs are strong, core is strong. Press back into down dog. Inhale the plank. Exhale down dog. Inhale plank. Exhale down dog. Inhale plank. Exhale down dog. From here we're going to lower down into child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching, guide your hips back. Rest your forehead on the mat. And as you guide your hips back, maybe you can rock your hips a little side to side. And just nestle your hips a little further back towards your heels. And once you have them as far back as you can, keep that intention, but reach through your fingertips. So we're really working on stretching out the back body. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Walk up to see your hands. We'll slide through onto our stomach. Zip up your legs, hug in your elbows. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale back down. We'll do that again. Inhale, lift. Exhale back down. Flip your toes, press back up into plank. Strong plank, strong legs, strong core. Press back into down dog. Now in this down dog, see if you can try to imagine your back is at a 45-degree angle. Try to work towards that with strong arms. And then over time, you're pressing the back of your knees towards the back of the room. Heels are falling towards the floor. Lower back down into child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching. Guide your hips back. Look up to see your hands. We'll slide through onto our stomach. Zip up your legs, hug in your elbows. Inhale, cobra. Exhale back down. Flip your toes, press up into plank. And back into down dog. We're gonna look up to see our hands, and we're gonna walk our feet to the top of the mat. Now we'll be in a forward fold. So in your forward fold, I want you to start by relaxing your neck. So don't try to hold your head up at all here. Just let your head hang like dead weight. Same with your arms. So your shoulders are completely relaxed. Hands, arms are completely relaxed. And then start doing that with your back. And just try to release any of the tension or any muscles in your back here. This is a really nice decompression. You don't have to have your legs straight. It's encouraged that you are trying to bring your chest towards your thighs rather than keeping the legs straight. Now if you're, depending on your body type, maybe you are already pretty flexible, so maybe you do have straight legs, but just know that we're trying to bring the chest towards the thighs first and then straighten the legs. Now, hands come to your hips. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. Look up. Be super strong in your legs and your core. Try to straighten your back out. Strong legs, rise up. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale your hands to heart center. And just be in mountain pose for a few moments. And we'll take a deep inhale here. And exhale. Inhale your arms overhead. Look up to see your hands. Exhale, fold forward. Stamp your hands into the mat. Step back to plank pose. Lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. Flip your toes, plank. Exhale, down dog. Look up to see your hands. And we'll walk our feet back to the top of the mat where we'll meet in our forward fold. Lift your gaze, rise up. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale your hands to heart center. Mountain pose. Shoulders are relaxed. Core is strong, legs are strong. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale your arms back overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Step back to plank. Lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. Flip your toes, strong legs. Maybe you can lift your kneecaps off the mat before and engaging your quads and your core, then press up into plank, back into down dog. And again, strong arms in your down dog, actively trying to extend the back body here, lengthen out your back, relax your head, and work on stretching the legs out. And lower down into child's pose, knees wide, toes touching, guide your hips back. And look up to see your hands slide through onto your stomach. Zip up your legs. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, back down. Flip your toes. Press up into plank. Back into down dog. And look up to see your hands. We'll walk our feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Now focus on strong legs and hinging at your hips, and try to straighten your back out by looking up. Strong legs. Rise up. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale your hands down to heart center. Just be here for a moment. Inhale your arms back overhead. Exhale, fold forward. And this is where a block might be handy if you have blocks at home. Place it under your nose to whatever height you prefer. And then you're going to place your right palm on the block. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee, lift your left arm up. Look to see your left hand. Should feel a nice stretch in the left IT band here. Also challenging your balance a little bit by looking up. And then we'll just switch sides. So bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, stamp your left hand into the block, reach your right arm up. Look to see your right hand. Now you should be feeling a nice stretch in the right leg. Lower the right hand back down. Lift your gaze, rise up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale your hands back to heart center. Inhale your arms overhead, chair pose, so lower your hips. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, fold forward. Stamp your hands into the mat, step your right foot back, lower the right knee down for a low lunge. So start with your hands at your hips, guide your hips forward and down. And then we'll reach our arms overhead. Look up to see your hands. Maybe you can reach a little higher. And then we'll lower our hands to the mat. Step your left foot back. Downward facing dog. We're going to move through a vinyasa here, a flow. Inhale, plank. Move through cobra or up dog. Your choice. Then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. And then we'll guide our right foot to the top of the mat. Lower your left knee down. Hands come to your hips. Again, focus on guiding your hips forward and down. Reach your arms overhead. Maybe you can look up to see your hands. Maybe you can reach a little higher. Keep guiding the hips forward and down. Exhale your hands to the mat. Step your left foot to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Lift your gaze. Hinge at your hips. Strong legs, strong core. Rise up. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale your hands. Tadasana, mountain pose. Be really strong in your legs. Strong in your core. Relax your shoulders. Try to relax your jaw. And just breathe here for a few moments. Inhale your arms back overhead and we'll sit again into chair pose. So keep reaching through your fingertips in chair pose. Nice strong arms. And then obviously we're really working with the legs here, nice and strong. Challenge yourself. Maybe you can go a little lower. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back, lower your right knee down, back into our low lunge. Reach your arms overhead, look up to see your hands. And then we're going to exhale our right hand to the mat, stamp your right hand into the mat, strong. Flip your back toes, lift your right knee as high as you can. Lift your left arm up. And then overhead. And then lower that left hand back down. Lower the right knee down, and we're going to rock our hips back. Now, this is again a time you might want to use blocks. So we're doing the half split, so your left leg is straight, pulling your left toes back towards your body. And then you're just folding forward over the left knee. Relax your head, neck, and shoulders as much as you can here. And just feel the stretch in your left leg. See if you can bring your attention, all of your attention to your left leg. Try to work on getting the best stretch you can here. And if it's too intense at all, you can just back off a little bit. But just try to find the sweet spot here. And then we'll bend this left knee, rock our hips back forward. Return back to your low lunge. Exhale your hands to the mat. Send your left foot back. We're just gonna lift our left foot hip height now, work on spinal balancing and some core work here. Right arm reaches out, shoulder height. We're looking down at the mat, extending through the crown of the head. Exhale, round in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. Inhale, extend. Hold here, or maybe you bend your left knee and clasp your left foot with your right hand. If you do grab your foot, you should feel a nice stretch in the quad. Try to point your toes and kick them towards the ceiling and lift through the crown of your head towards the ceiling. Now if you're holding onto your foot, we'll return back to spinal balancing. We'll lower these limbs down, press back into down dog. And again, we'll move through a vinyasa, a little flow here. Plank, your choice of cobra or up dog. And then we'll guide our right foot to the top of the mat. Lower your left knee down, low lunge. Actively reach through your fingertips. Exhale, stamp your left hand down. And say hello to one of my roommates, Diesel Dog. Stamp your left hand down in the mat, left leg is strong. Reach your right arm up for our runner's twist. Right arm overhead. Look up to see your right hand. And then we'll lower this right hand down. Lower your left knee down. And then we're gonna straighten the right leg by guiding your hips back, and we'll do this half splits on this side as well. So again, blocks might be handy, or maybe you don't need them, but either way, or something that can elevate the floor. Just try to relax over your right knee. And allow your chin to fall towards your chest, allow your head to fall towards the floor. Just work on really feeling the stretch here. And then we're going to bend this right knee, and then we're going to move back into our low lunge. Exhale your hands down, step your right foot back. And then we're going to send the right foot straight back. Left arm overhead, or not overhead, straight forward, shoulder height. So we're working on our spinal balancing here. Exhale, round in, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. Elbow to knee, inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. Inhale, extend. Now hold here, or maybe you bend your right knee, clasp your right foot with your left hand. Lifting through the crown of your head, pointing your toes towards the ceiling. And then return back to your balancing pose. We'll lower these limbs down and we'll press back into a down dog. And just be in this down dog for a few moments here. And take some nice deep breaths. And then we'll look up to see our hands. And then we'll walk our feet to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Lift your gaze. Strong core, strong legs. Hinge at your hips. Rise up. Reach your arms overhead and exhale your hands to heart center. And just be here in mountain pose for a few moments. Stay strong in your legs. Inhale your arms back overhead. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to send our right foot back for a warrior one pose. So the right foot is at a 45-degree angle. Try to square your hips towards the front of your mat. Reach through your fingertips, lively. Look up to see your hands. Inhale, warrior two. Back leg's very strong here. Looking forward over your left fingertips. We'll flip our front palm, reverse your warrior. And then left elbow to left knee, Parsvakonasana. So if you notice my right heel all the way through my right fingertips, I'm creating a nice straight line here, about 45 degrees. Maybe your left hand comes to a block or the floor. If you want to deepen the pose. Strong legs, rise back up. Warrior two. Straighten your front leg. Walk your back foot in a hair for Trikonasana pose. A block might be handy, so maybe grab a block here, reach forward and down. Or maybe your hand comes to your shin or your knee. But either way, try to open your hips and actively reach through your fingertips towards the ceiling. Now we'll bring that arm overhead. I'm gonna get a little more of a side stretch here. Rise back up. Warrior two. Windmill your hands to the mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot, downward facing dog. And move through plank. And cobra or up dog. And then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Lift your right foot hip height, guide your right foot to the top of the mat. Warrior one on this side. So left foot, 45-degree angle, hips squared to the front of your mat. Work your right knee forward. Reach your arms overhead. Maybe you look up to see your hands. And now we'll inhale warrior two. So just open the hips, reach equally in both directions. The foundation, your legs stay the same here. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. Right elbow comes to right knee for Parsvakonasana. Left arm overhead for a nice straight angle here. Again, maybe your right hand comes to a block or the mat to deepen the pose. Inhale, rise back up. Warrior two. Straighten the right leg. Grab your block. Walk your back foot in. Trikonasana pose. Or again, if you don't have a block, it's all good. Maybe you can use your shin for some support or your knee. Either way, open your hips the best you can. Reach through your left fingertips. And we'll bring that left arm overhead for a little more of a side stretch. And then we'll rise back up. Warrior two. Windmill your hands to the mat. And step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. And just be in down dog for a few moments. Relax your head. Let your head hang. Lower down. Child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching. Guide your hips back.
Rest your forehead on the mat and just further bring your attention more in towards your breath. Might feel good to just every once in a while consciously take a nice deep breath. And we'll look up to see our hands and we'll slide through onto our stomach. Zip up your legs. We're going to clasp our hands behind our back and work on Savasana pose. And so take a deep inhale. Exhale, lift. Try to relax your jaw. And just try to keep a natural breath here. Exhale your left ear down, arms at your sides, palms facing up. And just see if you can completely relax. And just try to let go here for a few moments. And we're going to do one more round of Savasana, or if you'd like to work on bow pose, you can bend your knees, clasp your feet. Deep inhale. Exhale, lift. Again, try not to clench your teeth. And try to keep a natural breath. Exhale your right ear down. Arms at your sides, palms facing up. And just melt into the floor here for a few moments. And we'll bring our hands shoulder height, flip your toes. See if you can lift your kneecaps off the mat. Strong legs, press up into plank. Back into down dog. Look up to see your hands. Walk your feet to the top of the mat, forward fold. Lift your gaze, rise up, reach your arms overhead. Exhale your hands to heart center. Inhale your arms back overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Step your right foot back. This time we're going to be in a high lunge, so keep your toes pointing forward. Back leg strong. Reach lively through your fingertips. Good balance will slowly lower the right knee all the way down. Flip your back foot. Clasp your hands behind your back. Pull this fist towards the back of your knee. Lift your chest. Let your head fall back. Reach your arms back overhead. Exhale your hands to the mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Down dog. Move into plank, cobra, or up dog. Back and down dog. Lift your right foot hip height. Guide your right foot to the top of the mat. High lunge. Back leg's very strong. Keep reaching through your fingertips. Good balance. Slowly lower your left knee all the way down. Flip your back foot. Low lunge. Maybe you clasp your hands behind your back, make a fist, and pull that fist towards the back of your left knee. And lift your chest, let your head fall back. Reach your arms back overhead. Exhale your hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. Downward facing dog. from here, we're just going to lower down in the child's pose. Knees wide, toes touching. And guide your hips back and just rest here in child's pose for a few moments. As we start to move into more of a cool down, see if you can try to bring your attention more inward to your breath. Then we'll start to slowly rise up. We're just going to kick our legs out in front. And here we're going to work on some stretching. So, try to straighten your back the best you can. Kick through your heels, legs are strong. Imagine your feet are stamped into a wall in front of you. Now see if you can reach your arms overhead for Dandasana pose. Really work on getting a nice reach. Maybe you look up to see your hands. Exhale, fold forward. Now we'll be in a stretch. So don't worry about what you look like in this stretch. Don't worry about where your hands are. Focus more on your legs and the muscles. So find the right stretch for you. And once you've gotten there, see if you can try to relax your head, allow your chin to fall towards your chest. Allow your arms to relax. And then just see if you can bring your attention more to your breath. And then also just be with the stretch. Just kind of live with these muscles here for a few moments. And then we'll inhale, rise back up. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale your hands back down to your sides. Now we're going to bend our right knee. And we're going to place our right foot on the outside of our left knee. Stamp your right hand into the floor or the mat. Lift your left arm up and across. Sit up tall, look over your right shoulder. Deep inhale and exhale. And we're just going to counter twist the opposite direction. Go ahead and take a nice deep inhale and exhale. And we'll come back to center. Send that right leg back out to meet your left. And then we'll just switch sides. So left knee, bend your left knee, and then stamp your left foot on the outside of your right leg. Stamp your left hand into the floor or the mat, reach your right arm up and across. Sit up tall, look over your left shoulder. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Then we'll unwind. Twist the opposite direction. Again, nice deep inhale. And exhale. And we'll come back to neutral. Just have both knees bent now. Hands underneath your knees. We'll work on our boat pose. Rock back on your sits bones. Just lift your chest.
Maybe your hands come out to your sides. Maybe you can start to try to straighten your legs. Good strong core. Lower your feet back down, hands at your sides. For reverse table, lift your hips. Let your head fall back. And then we'll lower back down. And then we'll just lower all the way down onto our back. And hug your knees back into your chest. Give yourself a gentle squeeze here. Rock a little side to side. Come back to neutral. And then allow your feet to fall to the mat. And we're going to work on bridge pose a little bit. Arms at your sides, palms facing up. So you want your heels about roughly under your knees, and you want your feet a hip distance apart. On your next inhale, you're going to lift your hips as high as you can. Maybe you can roll underneath your shoulders, or roll your shoulders underneath you. Maybe you clasp your hands underneath your back. Legs are very strong here, doing all the work. So for maybe if you are holding on to your hands, maybe you can use your arms as leverage to press into the mat and lift a little higher. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. One more time, deep inhale. And exhale. Lower all the way down. Now soft belly, windshield wiper your knees, left to right. Come back to neutral, hug your knees back into your chest. A little counter stretch here. Allow your feet to fall to the mat. We're going to cross our right ankle over our left knee for thread the needle pose and just get some focus and tension more on the hips here. Reach behind the back of your left leg or your shin. Try to relax your head, neck, and shoulders towards the mat. Extend through the crown of your head. And you should feel a nice stretch in the right hip. Just try to be with your hip here and just breathe. Then we'll just release this foot down. And we're just going to switch sides. So left ankle over right knee. Reach behind the back of your right leg. And just really focus on, if you can't, if your head doesn't come to the floor, see if you can grab a blanket or a pillow. You want to be able to rest your head. And try to lengthen the spine, straighten out the spine, the back of the neck. Just try to bring your full attention to your hip, now your left hip. Might be a little tighter than the right hip, or maybe your right hip was tighter than your left hip. Usually they're not quite balanced. And then we'll just go ahead and release this down here. Again, windshield wiper your knees left to right. And then we'll move into happy baby pose. So grab the outer arches of your feet. Heels over your knees. And just try to pull your feet straight down, pulling your knees towards the floor. Try to flatten your back out on the mat. Try to extend, reach through the crown of your head towards the back of the room. And then from here, we'll just give ourselves a full body stretch. Reach through your fingertips, point your toes. Deep inhale, exhale, relax. And then bring your arms down to your sides, palms facing up. And this will be our traditional Savasana pose, the final relaxation pose. Or if you'd like to, you can gather any support you might like here for this pose. And it's important that we do this pose so we can take time to just kind of calibrate with all this energy we've just cultivated. And just give ourselves a nice little peaceful moment to relax, find a little peace of mind. So we'll start by breathing a little bit together. Take a deep inhale and exhale. And then we'll inhale and exhale. And exhale. And just start to wiggle your fingers and toes. And just move around a little bit here. And eventually we'll just roll onto our right side for a few moments and just relax there. And then on your next inhale, we'll rise to meet in a seated position to conclude our class. And we'll bring our hands to heart center, sit up tall, take a deep inhale. And exhale. And we'll conclude our class with a single Om. You can join in if you like. Inhale. Glad you could take a yoga class today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Namaste.